Hi everybody, so I'm actually so excited for this video because I've been waiting to try this out. So as you can see, this is obviously the Platinum Preppy, and many fountain pen lovers have, I'm sure, tried this. It is a more affordable pen, but this one is really exciting because this is a limited edition Maki-e pen. And so as fountain pen lovers, I'm sure you've also heard of like the Maki-e and the Urushi Japanese fountain pens because they're so expensive, so beautiful, and so much craftsmanship goes into them. So I was so excited to see the Platinum Preppy, which is this very inexpensive fountain pen, have this Maki-e design. So I'll tell you a little bit about the Maki-e specifically and the limited edition, and then I'll also go into a little bit about the Platinum Preppy because it's actually my first time writing with it. So I'll do a little bit of a first impressions. So I'll open it up for you guys and show you a little bit of the box. So let me give you guys a closer look. So this is the box of this. I think this is also a little different, and it is the Wa line. Like, I think that's the special edition that we have, and I think this is the second time they are making these. I'm not quite sure, but as you can see, it's modern Maki-e limited edition, and I think this box packaging is also a little different. Sorry, it got a little crushed. I actually got this from my local fountain pen shop, and I'm not sure how it got crushed, but it did. So just some of the box, what it says. Shows you how to fill the converter as well and how to use the pen, which is pretty cool. So let me just open this up for you guys. And then you can actually see the pen. Ah. So let me remove the packaging. So this is the pen. And I got the completely clear demonstrator version with these purple morning glories, I believe. So let me read a little bit about the design and the pen itself, and I'll tell you about the one that I have specifically. And I can also put up some of the information that I have. I'm just gonna read what Goulet Pens has on their website. So this is the limited edition Platinum Preppy Wa second edition collection. Consists of 6 designs inspired by traditional Japanese patterns. Each pattern symbolizes a special auspicious sign so that you can choose your own favorite based on the design or meaning. Unlike conventional Maki-e, it is applied with a silk screen printing instead of Urushi lacquer on the underlayer, which makes sense because the Urushi is really expensive, and this is how they can offer a Maki-e design at a affordable price rather than the hundreds of dollars that you usually see them going for, which is then sprinkled with colored powders such as gold and silver and hand finished one by one by Maki-e artisans. Wow, that is absolutely incredible. So you are kind of getting that handcrafted artisanship with this pen. It gives more thickness compared to normal printing, while the reflections and shades of the powders create a 3-dimensional feel. And then it talks about a little bit about the Platinum Preppy, so I'll go ahead and read that as well. The Platinum Preppy fountain pen is one of the best values for the money. This is a fantastic starter fountain pen or great for lending to a friend. The fountain pen features a clear body with purple morning glory designs, so that's what I have. A clear cap, trim, and grip section, and a stainless steel nib. It also comes equipped with a slip and seal mechanism which prevents ink from drying out inside the pen, even after a year without usage. Wow, that's impressive. Providing a stress-free, smooth writing experience at any time. And you can also use this as an eyedropper, which is fantastic. I actually didn't realize that, and I'm super excited to use that because that means more ink capacity. So I'll read you a little bit about this design specifically. Morning glories were introduced in the Heian period for medicinal purposes, and their cultivation became popular during the Edo period, where they began to be depicted in ukiyo-e. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Because the seeds are expensive, it is also said to be a symbol of wealth and prosperity. It also has the meaning of solid bond because it grows with a strong vine. Wow, I love that so much. I actually didn't know the meaning behind it. I just went into my local pen shop, Dromgoole's, and I just chose the design that I liked the most. So I'll actually just bring over my iPad. And I'll probably just insert this into the clip if I can. So let me just show you guys a little bit. So this is the first design, which is what I have. The Morning Glory, also called Asago. And then there's this design, which is like a pink body with some gold designs. And then there's the red design. So as you can see, all of the caps are clear. And the body is also like see-through, transparent, but then it's different colored. So I do like the look of this the best. So this was also sold out where I bought this pen, and I'm actually kind of sad because I think this was the pen I liked the most. But now that I know that all of the caps are just clear, I do think I might like this one a little bit more. But this one is gorgeous. And I think it has koi fish, which is very traditional Maki-e. You see a lot of Maki-e designs with this. And then there is this purple one, which I think has eggplants on it. So I'm not gonna read a little bit about every single design just because, you know, it's online. If you're interested, you can feel free to check that out. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of the designs, and maybe I'll clip that into the video. I'll see how it looks, but. So yes, so this is the Platinum Preppy Maki-e line, the Wa. So it comes with a cartridge inside, so I'll go ahead and just push that in and ink it up. Give it a little squeeze so that I don't have to wait around. And then I will also bring a little notebook to start writing with. So honestly, the pen feels quite nice and sturdy. The pen body reminds me of the Pilot Kakuno. It's just, you know, a plastic pen. It's fairly light. I feel like it does have a little bit more heft though than the Pilot Kakuno. So it's not, you know, completely weightless. But the reason why I never tried this pen actually, it's because of the nib. And it just never seemed that appealing to me because this is just, you know, basically a piece of steel that's printed out and bent. So it was just never as appealing to me because of the nib type. I think actually the, what is it called? The Lamy Safaris are also the same type of nib, and I've never owned one of those either. It just, for some reason, it just didn't appeal to me. But we'll try it out today and see how it writes. And I'll stop speaking so you can just listen to how the pen sounds. All right, so as you can hear, very, very smooth, practically no feedback. So I can see why people really enjoy this pen. It's a very not wet writer. It's very dry, as you can see, but I think that's really good, especially for a less expensive pen, because, you know, this is something that you can just carry around, write on any paper and have it work well. There won't be like too much feathering or bleeding. So honestly, I can see why this appeals to people. So I'll also write with it on this paper. And I just made a video about this as well. It's I bound my own A6 inserts, so I have them both right here. And I'll use this as like a fountain pen testing notebook. So that actually, I like how it writes better on this paper. I don't know if you could tell while I was writing, but there was a little bit more feedback. It felt more like writing with a fountain pen. I feel like it's so smooth that it almost feels like writing with a rollerball, honestly. So Platinum does have a little bit of feedback in some of the other pens that I've tried. And so this is really, really smooth. And I'm not someone who prefers smooth writers. I prefer something that has a little bit of feedback, but I actually do really enjoy this pen. And I can see why the Platinum Preppy is so, you know, versatile and so not sought after, so just well loved. So I do really like that. Yeah, what else do I even say about this pen? I haven't done a pen review in so long. I mean, it keeps up really nicely. Like, I think it seems like it's very, very reliable. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, you know? Like, there's nothing I can really say. Do I love how it writes? Personally, no, but also it's a first impression, so maybe I'll find that I grow to love it even more. But for this price, you know, $10, $13, you really can't beat that. And for something that's really reliable, for something that writes nicely, it definitely does write nicely. It's a fantastic pen. And if you can get it with the limited edition Maki-e design, even better. I mean, this is just a really fun piece to have, you know. Now I can say I have a Maki-e pen, I guess. But genuinely, I think it's really beautiful. I think the fact that they came out with something like this is very interesting, very special. And I think Platinum is one of those brands that really respects heritage and really loves that heritage, as you can see with their Nakaya line, you know, keeping all of those expert nibmeisters and, you know, crafting all of their pens with like urushi that takes months to craft by hand. I think that's just absolutely phenomenal. That's probably one of my grail pens, and yeah, I just really love Platinum pens in general, and I think I really enjoy this pen too. I do have to say, overall, great writer. I will do a comparison of this and the Pilot Fukuno at a later date, but I'm already thinking about the comparisons in my mind because, I mean, two of the biggest manufacturers, pens at similar price ranges, you know, it sparked some thoughts of comparison. But overall, I'll just say that the pen actually feels quite nice. You know, it's, I feel like the plastic has the pen has a little bit of weight to it, surprisingly. Almost kind of comparable to a TWSBI pen in the feel of the plastic. It's obviously a little bit lighter than the TWSBI Eco or something like that. That's a substantially bigger pen. But honestly, it has a nice heft to it. It doesn't feel cheap. It definitely doesn't feel cheap. And if you like smooth writers, I mean, this is perfectly smooth. You couldn't even hear it when I was writing. Yeah, I mean, I really can't say anything bad about this. It writes really smoothly, really nice. Maybe I'll have to change my mind about the nib. Oh, wow. And if you press on it, it does give just a little bit. I'm actually pretty impressed with that. you can get a little line variation, which is actually really, really surprising. Yeah, I think this is a great pen, especially at the price. It feels nice, and you can get a little bit more ink out there if you want to, but I'm not sure why you would want to with this pen. But as you can see, you can get a little bit of line variation. That's impressive. But it's really just, you know, kind of a basic steel nib pen that writes really nicely, no issues with anything, no skipping. The ink seems the feed ink, everything seems to flow very nicely. That's really all I have to say. I mean, it's a solid pen, of course. And yeah, and once again, if you want to, go grab these, this special Wa Maki-e line before they sell out. But overall, I think it's growing on me even by the second. I think I'm starting to like it more and more as I start to write with it more. And I think the demonstrator is beautiful. And I think the fact that you can eyedropper fill it is a huge selling point, because then this really could just be an everyday carry type of pen, and you can, you know, not have to worry about it too much. And then you can also have a huge ink capacity, which is, I think, a huge selling point. Overall, very impressed with the pen. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it could help a little bit, and maybe it was fun to hear about my first impressions about this pen. Thanks for watching. Bye.